the lighting's not gonna be the best, the audio or the quality might not be the best. I'm not sure. Like I said, I am outside, but there's a couple of things that I want to talk about that I feel like should be talked about. Now, people are defending Timothy George Simpkins, alright? And again, this is America, so you have a right to defend whoever you want. You have a right to, look up to whoever you want. That is your personal choice. Some people like Rihanna, some people don't, whatever the case may be. Alright, that is your personal opinion, alright? Now, that being said, people are just defending this person because he is black. As simple as that. Alright, so most of you already know who Timothy George Simpkins is. If you don't, he is the school shooter who shot 4 people yesterday. Everybody's talking about he's not a school shooter. Yes he is, okay? It's simple like a school shooter. Alright? If he was white, I would call him that. If he was black, I'm gonna call him that, and he is black, so simple as that, man. I can't help his race. He chose to do that. Alright, he's the one who chose to bring a gun to school. Now, that being said, for the people that are defending him, saying he's not a school shooter, okay. One, he's caught on video pulling a gun out. So, I mean, you can't even argue that he's being framed, he's being set up. He's not. I mean, he literally was on video fighting. He is literally on video going to the orange backpack and pulling out a black handgun. I mean, it doesn't get any clearer than that and much more simpler than that, alright? Now, he was released today on a $75,000 bail. Now, I'm not sure when his next court date is and all that. But the fact that he was released on a $75,000 bail is concerning to me, alright? A lot of people are talking about he was bullied, he was robbed on campus. Now, I've heard a lot of people say he was bullied. A lot of people came to my previous videos I did on this and said that he was bullied, alright? And if that is the case, at least when I was in school, I know that schools really don't do anything about bullying. They claim that there's nothing that they can do, but there is stuff that they can do. Now, in that regard, I have friends that were in the same situation, alright? And what I told my friends is like, look, you have to stand up for yourself, alright? If you have a fight, you have a fight. It's one thing to have a fight. And if you're outnumbered, you always have people that will back you up. So if it turns into a 5 versus 1 fight, well, you're going to have people that back you up in that fight. So again, it's one thing to have a fight. But when you pull out a gun, alright, you throw all that out the window. And the fact that you fled the scene on top of it makes it even worse. And supposedly the kid he was fighting was the main one that was bullying him. So he pulled out a gun, he shot him 7 to 8 times. So one, it's even a miracle that that kid is still alive. To be shot 7 or 8 times is crazy that he's still alive. But the other 3 people, were they bullying you too? Was the teacher bullying you, and were the other 2 students bullying you? Or how about the pregnant woman that fell? Was she bullying you too? So the people that are, talking about, he was getting bullied and all this, and he had to do something. Look, like I said, it's one thing to have a fight, okay? It's one thing to stand up for yourself, but it's another thing to be a coward and pull out a gun. I'm sorry, a lot of people aren't gonna like that, but it is what it is. You can argue that he didn't know how to fight, he didn't know how to do this, the other kid was bigger. It don't matter. Alright, at the end of the day, you cannot justify someone pulling a gun on someone, shooting 4 students, causing a pregnant woman to get injured by falling, and terrorizing a bunch of school children that are in there. You can't justify it. There's no rhyme or reason to justify it. He shouldn't even have that gun on school grounds. That in itself is a crime. And yet people are still justifying this, alright? Like, sad to say, but it's true. It's because he's black. I guarantee you, if a white person did this, came out, said that they were getting bullied, it would be the same thing. It wouldn't. Just because he's black, people are trying to defend it now, and you can't. You cannot justify someone pulling a gun on someone. I don't care if the kid was 20 times bigger than him. Again, a fight is a fight. You move on. You handle your business, And 9 times out of 10, if you are getting bullied by that person, and supposedly the person in the video that he was fighting was the one bullying him, 9 times out of 10, if you stand up to that person, whether you win or lose, whatever the case may be, if you are scared to stand up for themselves and they won't do anything, they're all talk. So again, and they were having a fight. That is going to happen in school. That's going to happen throughout life. You will have fights. All right, it's part of life. Now I don't know how the school operates there. I know in my school personally, there was actually a button that you could push if there was like a fight inside the classroom, because teachers weren't supposed to break up fights in case they got injured, that they should school and all that. It's supposed to be administrators and SORs, which would be school resource officers, that were supposed to only be the ones breaking up fights. But of course, teachers still broke them up. There were also coaches that broke up fights, janitors, whatever the case may be. They weren't supposed to. But at the end of the day, you gotta stop it. You can't just let it go on while they wait for them to get there. So anyways, I don't know if that school had it, but if you push the button, an administrator would come over the intercom and they would ask you what the problem is. So if the teacher had that, she should have pressed that button as soon as they started fighting and had an administrator come down there. Now, everybody is also asking, why the school resource officers took so long to get there. From what I have heard, they were administering first aid to the 2 students that they found shot first. Now, like I said, that one in the classroom, he was actually one of the last ones to get aid, just because he was in the classroom. Supposedly there was some out in the hallway that got shot. But again, at the end of the day, you can't justify this. I don't care that he's black. He shouldn't have pulled out a gun. Again, I can't stress that enough. People are justifying, saying he shouldn't even be arrested. Look, like I said, if you're getting bullied, we all know that the schools aren't going to do anything. They're not. That's just how the schools work. And like I said, what I always told people that I knew, whether it be friends or acquaintances, if you were having a problem, you just gotta stand up and deal with your problem. Handle it like a man and move on. That's all you can really do with that. So you can't justify him bringing a gun. Me personally, he shot 4 people. All right, so that should be 4 attempted murder charges right there. All right. As far as bringing a gun to school, he needs to be charged for that too. Now, whether he be tried an adult or not, I believe he's 18, so he will automatically be tried as an adult. So that is out of the question whether he be tried as a juvenile or not. He will be tried as an adult, as he is 18. I'm still baffled over the fact that he got a $75,000 bail. Now, obviously, I'm sure his parents posted bail and his family bail. I would assume that it would be his parents. But again, I am just baffled by the fact that people are trying to justify this as a justifiable shooting. He shouldn't even have the gun on school grounds. And yet, he shot 4 kids, terrorized the whole school, and yet people are still trying to justify it. As a matter of fact, I think they deleted the video. The video is still up. I will read y'all some of the comments, but I think the news that actually reported this and had the comments on, I think they deleted the videos because of the comments. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like, they even deleted their video because of all the comments. But they did post some more comments, or some more videos, excuse me. So let me read through some of these comments. Let's go through this one. Attorney indicates defense for Timberview High School shooting suspect as he bonds out of jail. Alright, it's 72 comments. I'm just going to read through some of these. First comment, this honestly shouldn't have happened. Alright, well, that's just obvious comment. Alright, this person here. The kid brought a loaded gun to school and used it. Did you hear the dumb lawyer downplaying it? And I agree, alright? Like I said, he brought a gun to school. You can't justify that. let's see. Some of these other comments are just... bail for a school shooter, what the hell? This person here, I say at him in jail for 2 to 20 years or 60 years. I'm not sure what he meant by that. This person here said, if you need someone, get back. He is on house arrest. This person here said that Bruce Scott screwed up his brain. This person here said, I hope he gets jail time. This person here said, my boy beating the case, too much evidence. Alright. So, the comments are about half and half. Alright. But for all the people saying that he's going to beat this and he's not going to face any jail time, you know, the way the world is, you know, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. But, you know, I just don't see how he's going to escape 4 attempted murder charges. Like, you bring a gun to school. That in itself is a crime. And then you shoot 4 people. I don't care if he was being bullied or not. You can't justify that. Like, people are really justifying this, and I don't get it, you know. This person here said no bullying. Like, okay, we get it. He was being bullied. We get that. Like I said, at the end of the day, you stand up as a man. You handle your business. You fight. You know, if the guy is bigger than you, and you get beat, okay, at the end of the day, that person still is going to have respect for you, and they probably will not mess with you. If you win, that's even better. You know, they definitely probably won't mess with you, alright? And if it's a unfair fight, you know, 5 versus 1, get people that will back you up. I'm sure you have some kind of friends somewhere in there that will back you up in that fight, alright? Even if you don't, and it's 5 versus 1, and there's people are out in the hallway, let's just say it's out in the hallway, open, alright? If it's 5 versus 1, at the end of the day, there will be people in there that will step up and help you. Alright, it's not going to be 5 people just pounding on you. People will step up. Alright, and if you do it inside the school, 9 times out of 10, it's going to get stopped within the first minute. You know, it's not going to keep going on and on and on. There will be cops, administrators, teachers, janitors, coaches that will break it up. So it's not going to go on forever. This person here said, get him out of jail and enroll this poor child in a better school, please. Like, I don't get it. I really don't. Alright, let's go to another video and read some of the comments there. Alright. No metal detectors high school, no Timberview High School does not have metal detectors. Most Texas schools don't. Most schools I've ever been to don't. And I can't read all the comments off this. I guess nobody commented or they just turned comments off. Alright, so this video here will probably sum it up the best. Alright, family says 15-year-old hurt during Timberview school shooting was shot 4 times, faces multiple surgeries. Alright. So, apparently it wasn't 7 or 8, alright? Unless this is a different person. This person was shot 4 times, faces multiple surgeries, alright? So, first comment is, don't bully, thanks for turning out like this. I'm just going to read the comments. There's only 11 comments, alright? So, I'm just going to read them. Best lay out the facts that I've heard so far. Wow, Shelby was beating on boys behind. There was no female in it, so I don't know what that person's talking about. Exactly, Jitterbug, it really doesn't. Alright, this person here said that the parents of both boys attempt to avoid the bloodshed. Where did he get the gun? It's not up to the parents. This person here said, what about carrying a firearm on school grounds? 18-year-old getting bullied by a 15-year-old doesn't sound right. Okay, that definitely doesn't sound right. This person here said it happens. Look at the video of the 15-year-old beating up the 18-year-old. The 18-year-old was winning. You know, it looked like they were about even out on strength. And at the beginning of the video, the 18-year-old was winning. How was the gun attained? Prayers for the family and the kid. Still doesn't justify what he did. Thank you for that comment. That is amazing. Great example of what can happen when the school does not take bullying seriously. Same old thing over and over. Nothing is done for the 15-year-old that is in the hospital. He was a victim of the shooting, but the shooter was a victim of mental, physical, and verbal abuse. Prayers. Alright, so let's just start with this comment. Alright, so great example of what happened or what can happen when schools don't take bullying seriously. Alright, so when I was in school, the schools didn't take bullying seriously. You know, I could go in every day and there would be some kind of bullying going on. You know, everybody had most people had their groups that they hung out with, or whatever the case may be, or cliques, or whatever you want to call them. But at the end of the day, the schools don't take bullying seriously. You know, it's up to you to defend yourself. And again, if you have a group of friends, and they have a group of friends, take them over there. Alright, if you're scared that you're going to get jumped, take them over there to have backup in case you do get jumped. Alright? Now, as far as 15-year-old getting shot, we should be offering prayers to the 15-year-old. I agree 100%. What we shouldn't be doing, though, is trying to justify why this kid brought a gun to school. Alright? You're talking about he was a victim of mental, physical, and verbal abuse. Alright? People all the time go through verbal abuse. You know, you're going to hear about that all the time. Alright? As far as mental, that's the same thing. You know, you're playing mind games with yourself. As far as physical abuse, like I said, the 18-year-old was on top during this. Like, you cannot justify him bringing a gun to school. A lot of people are asking, you know, how the gun was obtained. At the end of the day, you know, people are trying to blame the parents for this. Yeah, you can blame the parents, and they can get arrested if the gun was in reach where he could have got to it. Can the parents be arrested for that? Yes. Will his age play a part in that? You know, his age is going to play a big part in this. He is 18. Alright, so he will be tried as an adult. There's no juvenile, there's no question about whether he'll be tried as an adult or juvenile. 18, automatically tried as an adult. So I'm going to try to argue that, you know, the parents don't need to be charged, and he knew what he was doing at the age of 18. Exactly, Miss Hancock. That's what I'm saying. Like, he literally shot 4 people, terrorized the school, and he's out on a $75,000 bail. Like, who is the judge that gave him that $75,000 bail? Why would you do that as a judge? This man just shot 4 people and caused a pregnant woman injuries. And like I said, he shot 2 people multiple times. Again, one person was shot 7 to 8 times. One person was shot 4 times. Why, as a judge, would you allow this to happen? Why would you let him out? Like, again, I don't care that he's 18. I don't care that he was being bullied, alright? All that is in the past now. You cannot justify him bringing a gun to school. Again, you have a problem, you handle it like a man, you fight. You lose, you lose. You get back up, and you keep doing it until you win. Or until they give you respect. Alright? If you get up there and you win, that's even better for you. Alright? But bringing a gun is not the answer, because there's 4 people that you shot. They were not all bullying you, alright? That teacher was not bullying you. The pregnant woman that was injured was not bullying you. They were not all bullying. All you did was terrorize a bunch of school children, alright? That's all you did. And the fact that you fled the scene afterwards is even bigger. But the fact that the judge gave you a $75,000 bail is just mind-blowing to me. But, like I said, I guarantee you if he was white, that he would be still sitting in jail. Everybody talking about, oh, we need to kill him, white supremacy, white school shooter. Like, I really don't get it. Like, how people are trying to defend him. Like, the media is not even talking about it no more. Like, I guarantee if he was white, the media would still be talking about, trying to spin it around on how, you know, he wasn't really bullied and all this. But, like, the media's just swept it under the rug, and nobody's even talking about it no more. When it first happened, there was a school shooting reported, everybody was talking about it. Everybody was getting, you know, hundreds of views, thousands of comments. You know, everybody wanted to know what questions. Everybody wanted to know what was really going on. As soon as it came out he was black, boom, quit. Everybody quit talking about it. Except the local news down there in Texas. That's it. Even the mainstream media and all them, they're not talking about it. It doesn't fit that narrative of, you know, all white people are bad. It really doesn't. And they're still going to try and use that narrative of all white people are bad because, I mean, that's all it is. They're going to try and use that narrative of, well, the white person was bullying the black person, and they're going to try and make it seem like he had a right to shoot him. But again, you can't get over the legal stuff. The very first legal thing you have to look at is he brought a gun to school, so you can't even blame the white person for that. Like, you literally can't get over the first step of he brought a gun to school. At 18, you know not to bring a gun to school. At 10, you know not to bring a gun to school. But yeah, he did it anyways. So, I mean, you can't justify that to begin with. Me, personally, I do think he will face jail time. What he actually gets charged with and how much jail time he faces, who knows. I think that I think it's gonna be 10 years or less, in my personal opinion. You know, me personally, I think it should be, you know, I don't think it should be life in jail, but I think it should be at least 20 or 30 years. But it'll probably be 10 or less. You know, we'll see how it goes. I just don't see him getting out scot-free in this. But, I mean, he's already got a $75,000 bill, and that was shocking to me. But yeah, I just don't see him escaping jail time. If he escapes jail time, there's going to be serious problems in America, and there's going to be serious questions that need to be answered on why he wasn't charged. But again, there's a lot of videos supposedly that they have for on his side and stuff like that that we haven't seen. It's what they're saying anyways. The only video I've seen is the two kids fighting. He goes to an orange backpack and pulls out a black handgun and opens fire. That's the only video I've seen, alright? So until I see something otherwise that is definitely on his side, you know, he's guilty, in my personal opinion. You know, they say innocent until proven guilty in the court of law, but at the end of the day, I've seen him shoot the gun inside the school. That's 2 crimes right there. And the fact that he hit 4 people, yeah, I mean, he's just racking up crime. But, I just want to talk about this real quick. For everybody that is watching this later on, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. As always, thank y'all for watching, and I'll stay safe.